stonewalling and why is it so dangerous? Let's talk about it. In a healthy relationship, communication is a two-way road. So thoughts, ideas, challenges, conflict, all of them are to be discussed in a manner that's kind of similar to two-way traffic. You share, I share. Okay, we get it. In any relationship, when one person shuts down one of those lanes on that two-way road, that's stonewalling. So pretending they didn't hear you, giving you the silent treatment, refusing to respond, dismissing the issue, withdrawing from the conversation, changing the subject, getting overly defensive, or even emotionally disengaging. All of these are forms of stonewalling. Passive stonewalling is when someone does this unintentionally because they're emotionally overwhelmed in that moment, or what we call flooded. Whereas active stonewalling is when they're doing it out of an intention to manipulate you or your perception of the situation.
Hey guys, welcome to Dark Arts Podcast. Listen, we're talking to you guys about stonewalling. This is the reason why your girl left you. Yes, it's your fault. Your girl left you because you don't know how to emotionally regulate and keep your emotions in check. And so you end up stonewalling your girl by dissipating or disregarding or discarding or distancing yourself from the relationship for however hours it may be or how many days it is ends up being. Some of you do it unintentionally, some of you do it intentionally. Whatever the reason is, your girl's going to feel some type of way, bro. And many of you have done this for so long. You have left your girl disengaged for so long. She left you. And let me tell you this now. If she left you, it didn't happen overnight. Okay, she didn't leave you one day, okay, all right, and it happened overnight, okay? She left you because it's been happening for a few months, maybe in a few years for some of you, and she finally got sick and tired of your bull crap, and she left. Yeah, it's time to get yourself into shape, okay? When you're out of shape, what do? You go to the gym. And so we have to get you into the emotional gym and get you into a space where you're going to learn, grow, and become better, okay, all right? Listen, I don't want to see you scorch the earth and, go into your roster and go and sleep with how many other women. I've done that already, and I know it doesn't work, bro, okay, all right? All that ends up happening is, bro, you go further deeper into the sunken place. So today we're talking to you guys about the fact that stonewalling is going to be the weak-ass behavior that's going to send you to lose your girl, bro. And the reason why you're here is because you want to have a healthy relationship, not one where you just have to dominate or control your missus. No. You want to be able to have a relationship where it's healthy, okay? So it's right. Part one, we're going to talk about what stonewalling is, how it looks in a relationship, and then in part two, we're going to talk about the solutions, how we end up overcoming that as well. All right, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded. Okay, cool. Let's get this real quick, because the reason being is that the question we have to ask ourselves is, why am I stonewalling? Like, we actually genuinely have to ask that question. Like, before I start shooting you in the neck, and before you start shooting yourself in the neck, why are you stonewalling? One of the reasons why people stonewall is simply because you have trouble expressing yourself, okay? You have trouble expressing your own feelings. And the reason why that ends up happening is when we talk about emotional regulation, we talk about processing, understanding, and expression, okay? When you can't process, you shut down. When you can't understand, you're in confusion. When you can't express, you tend to express verbally. You tend to express physically, right? That's where anger comes in, and you're screaming, you're shouting, and you're losing your rag, all right? But the most important part is being able to process your emotions. That's how you actually regulate. One of the things about emotional regulation is processing your emotions. So sitting down and actually working through your emotions, all right? If you don't, we're going to do a video one day as well, talk about this, right? If you don't know, if you don't have language, it can be very difficult to process what's happening, right? So imagine this. Imagine, you want to say something to somebody, right? But you don't have the language. Let's say you want to say, the sky is blue. Now, the only reason why you can say the sky is blue is because you have language to be able to express what you're actually seeing. But if you were like, after a while, you want to shut down. When you don't have language to describe what you're feeling and what emotions are actually happening within your body, this is where you're going to begin to have trouble expressing yourself, and you are going to stonewall your girl, bro. You are going to stonewall your girl, and your girl is going to want to leave you, my guy. Okay, all right. So that's one aspect. So we need to find language. Type into Google. Type into Google. Read a book on emotional intelligence. You can find a language of expressing emotions. Number two, okay, is that when you ignore your partner physically. And the reason why you do this is because for you personally, right, it's too painful to be able to express yourself with her, because in that space, right, when you're in her space physically, you're struggling to able to say how you feel, right? I love that sound. Okay, you're struggling to be able to say how you actually feel, and so what ends up happening is you just want to ignore her because all that you're thinking is, if I say something, I'm going to say something wild, or I don't have the language to say what I need to actually say, and I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to look like an idiot. And your actual fear here is a fear of vulnerability. You're afraid of showing that I'm actually feeling something here, or I'm annoyed, or I'm hurt, or this, right? And it's oftentimes because we've been shown in our childhood that it's not safe to express ourselves. Look, I'm telling you now, you don't share those things, you start to ignore your partner physically. Imagine your girl walks into the room, bro, and walks past you. Hey, babe, what are you saying? And she just walks past you. Come and sit down with food in her plate, and you're like, babe, did you cook something for me? Doesn't respond. Like she's a dead body. Do you know how wild that is? It's crazy. You can't be ignoring your partner physically. Number 3 is radio silence. People do this a lot, right? Where they don't text, don't call, and don't do so, and then maybe they'll do something on social media, right? So like you might post something on social media, but you won't text, you won't call. This your partner, you know. This your partner, you know. No, this is your partner, you know. Like, how are we stonewalling your partner where you're having radio silence? Okay, no text, no calls. But they can see your social media going on, right? And that's wild to me. But the reason why you're doing that is because and there's a part of this which is manipulative as well, right? But if you're doing social media whilst not texting and calling your partner, that's manipulative because you're doing it on purpose, because you know what you're doing, right? Because you want to be able to interact with other people. Meanwhile, you have not settled what you need to settle at home. My friend, go and settle what you need to settle at home. Okay, go and settle what you need to settle at home. Okay, all right. It becomes manipulation when you start doing that, because you know your partner's going to see your social media, and what you're actually kind of doing is hoping that when she sees it, she'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" You want her to come to you instead of you going to her like a man should, right? Grab your balls, pick him up, walk, go and have a conversation with your babe. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah. This is why you're going to lose your girl. Number 4 is walking away and not wanting a discussion, which is what he said, right? Let's say, for instance, there's a disagreement. Thank you. There's a disagreement. And in that disagreement, you're going to be like, you're going to walk away. You're not going to have a conversation. You're going to shut it down, right? But the shutdown is so fierce that the person can't touch you and be like, hey, like, what's going on? Can I discuss a bit further? Can I share my side of it? You've completely shut it down. All operations lock off. And in that space, the reason why you're doing that is because it's too painful for you to discuss that issue with that person. And now you're actually showing more weakness by shutting down. You don't realize, because a person who's strong is able to stand up and say, yeah, I don't like what's being said. I don't like what's being put on me, but I'm willing to hear what you're actually saying. It takes strength to stand up and actually be able to receive what someone's giving you, even when it's negative, right? Even when it's negative. You can't talk about your girl like, oh, women don't know how to take accountability. Women don't know how to hear a man's point of view. And you can't even sit in an uncomfortable conversation where she's telling you something that you don't necessarily like. So you decided you're going to walk away and you ain't going to have a discussion. Now, of course, if you've got a chick that's going to be overly crazy, shouting, mad, that's a different story. But we ain't talking about those kind of women. Okay? We ain't talking about those kind of ones. All right. And the reason why also walking away helps is, and there's a psychological aspect, which is I can be compassionate. There's an aspect of what we call deactivation. So when you walk away, what ends up happening is you deactivate the trigger. You're triggered in that moment. And so when you walk away, you're deactivating the trigger. Well, I hope you are anyway. And you should actually come back and have a conversation. Some of you don't. But that's why your girl is now wondering what the heck's going on. All right, cool. Number 5 is complacency. Okay. It is complacency. In this situation, right? Why? Because in reality, what ends up happening is some of you think that you can stonewall because you want your girl to come to you. It's a manipulative aspect. You want your girl to come to you. You're complacent in the fact that you think that your girl, it's never going to leave you. Your girl's never going to walk away. That your girl knows better than that. She knows that you're the one that that you've conditioned her to always look at it as you're the one that's been hurt. So she always should come to you. Bro, I'm telling you now, your girl gonna leave your ass. She gonna cheat on your ass, and you gonna be alone. Okay, all right? You gonna be alone. Don't do it, my brother. Okay, don't do it, because the 5 things that are gonna happen to your girl is this: you're gonna isolate your woman. You're gonna build resentment in her emotions and her body. She's gonna internalize the problem and end up chasing you for a while. It is for a while. It's temporary. Okay, and she's gonna be pissed off that she has to keep doing it. Number 4, it's gonna feel like manipulation. Number 5, her needs are gonna be unmet and she can't talk to you This means only one thing. She has to go wherever she can feel like she can be appreciated, spoken to, not feel isolated, not feel resentment building up, and then somewhere where she's not being where she's not chasing, she's being actually pursued properly. That's why your girl left you, bro. That is why your girl left you. You need to start emotionally regulating yourself and learn how to hold conversations when you have negative feelings and she has negative feelings. Now, I can go deeper into the psychology for why you actually really stonewall, and I will do a separate video for that. But you need to understand that if you do this, bro, and you have a missus, you're causing carnage. I'm going to do that in part 2, so make sure you watch out part 2. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification on uploads. And also, I want to let you guys know we are also coaching people. If you believe that there's something that you're going through right now and maybe you're suffering with, especially as a man, I want you to know I'm here to help you, okay? Do not let this pass by and you suffer and your girl ends up leaving you, bro. I don't want to see you in that space. Or maybe your girl's already left you. Then reach out to me because we don't want this to happen again. I do not want you to see your girl leaving you again. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button, notifications of cheating. See, y'all got me out here thinking about cheating. Notifications. Okay, I'll do uploads. I appreciate you guys.